The Rockford IceHogs Community Fund and Chicago Blackhawks Foundation awards a $20,000 Think Big check to Rockford.
Think Big is a nonprofit that supports minority-owned businesses. The money will go towards several programs, including increasing the amount of cohorts at the organization's School of Business, increase the number of one-on-one coaching hours for Think Big clients, and to date, the organization has been able to assist more than 200 people and businesses in the Rockford region.
I think it's one of the most important things we can do is be a good community partner in any way we can. Certainly our business is providing entertainment to the community, but when we can give back and do some things that help support, particularly with Think Big, we're supporting downtown business, we're supporting minority-owned business. Those are things that are very important to us.